Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the Amazon Affiliate Niche Site course. And in this episode, we'll be talking about off-page SEO. In the previous episode, I gave you a general introduction of SEO. We talked about what SEO is all about. Then I told you there are two major types of SEO. We have the on-page SEO and the off-page SEO. So in the previous video, we were able to talk about the on-page SEO. So this episode is dedicated to off-page SEO because it's a very comprehensive topic that you must understand for you to rank your site and make money from your site. So we'll be focusing on the off-page SEO, and the things I'll be talking about includes the general definition of what off-page SEO is all about. I'll be talking about type of off-page SEO. We have black hat SEO, we have white hat SEO, and we have gray hat SEO. Now take the important ones that you should know about. Now take it and explain them in detail. So some of the things that you should know about is guest posts, PBN, blog commenting, and social signals. So hopefully I'll be able to do all of this in the next 30 minutes and get you started on your journey for ranking your site. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so generally I told you Google ranks sites based on authority, right? If you have authority more than if your domain has an authority that is higher than another page, there are tendency of you ranking higher for a particular keyword if both of you are targeting that keyword together. So what that means is, if let me show you an example now. Let's see, use google.com and I'll show you an example. Remember, we installed the mouse bar to always check the domain authority of a particular page. So let's say a page about best mouse for designers, for example. I'm just using that as an example. So now look at this results page now, right? Let me bring up the mouse bar so you get to see the ranking of these pages, right? Yes, so there are over 62 million pages on best mouse for designers. Like, there are different type of articles that has been written about best mouse for designers, right? So but what I want you to take note is this. Look at this page. This page is about best mouse of 2018. This page is best mouse of 2018, 6 top computer mouse for designers, right? Look at the domain authority, it is 74. This page is also targeting the same keyword and the domain authority is 60. One of the reasons why this page is ranking higher than this page is because it has a higher authority, although they are both targeting the same keyword, but this page has a higher authority and the number of links pointing to this particular page is higher. It has about 303 links pointing to it as compared to this one that has 274 links. Now if you go down, the reason why this one has a higher domain authority and is not ranking higher than this one is because it is not targeting that keyword in particular. This one is just targeting best mouse in 2018. These ones are targeting best mouse for graphic designers. Remember, the keywords you are searching for is graphics designer, best mouse for designers, right? So these ones are intentional about it. The intention is to target the page for best mouse for designers, these first two pages, right? So even at that, look at this one. This one has a low page authority, domain authority rather, just DA32, and this one that is not even targeting the keyword as much is still ranking, right? And this one that is targeting it specifically is not ranking because it does not have the authority that this one has. So what I'm trying to point out, look at this one as your best mouse for design. The DA is 28, this one is 90. So what I'm trying to bring to your notice is that your page, the result on the search engine results page, is based on the overall domain authority. And how do you get this authority? Is by getting backlinks to your page. What backlink means is that, let me show you an example of backlinks now. What backlink means is other sites mentioning your site, mentioning your page in their articles, more like referencing your page, right? So look at this particular page that I opened now. I'm trying to see, okay, let me see if it is linked to some other article. Okay, no, it's linked. This one is linked to the same page. So what I'm trying to say is that, okay, let me show you an example now. I'll pull up some tools now. You don't have to worry about the tools because you might not have access to it anyway. So but the point is, Yes, you might not have, you might not have access to the tools because they are paid tools, but I just want to use it as an illustration to show you how this thing works, right? So if your page is getting a whole lot of backlinks to it, if your page is getting mentioned by other pages, it is indirectly telling Google that you are doing fine, that your content is original, people are interested in the content, and they are referencing that it's a very good resources for the keywords you are targeting. So that is how you build authority over time. The more people mention your site on their own site, that the more people link to your site on their own site, the higher your chances of ranking for that particular keyword. So yes, let me quickly show you how it works basically. Now I'm copying the URL for this page, this best mouse for designer that we are looking at. I'm copying the URL and I'm pasting it here. I want to look at the pages that have actually mentioned this particular page on their own site, the pages that have linked to this page in the past, right? This is a premium tool. It's expensive, most people cannot afford it, but that is just by the way. So let's see, that's 70 backlinks pointing to it from different pages. It means 70 people have actually acknowledge that this page is resourceful. Whenever Google is trying to rank for a page about best mouse for designer, like this page is resourceful. So this is what backlink means, right? So this page is linking to it. I'll open up the pages so that I can see this page is also linking to it. So this page as well. Oh, this is a German page, but I don't understand what is on it. Yeah, so see, let me see. Okay, article. So they are linking to this page with the term article. Let's see. Okay. Okay. You can't find the link. Anyway, these are examples of backlinks, right? These are examples of backlinks that mention when people mention your site on their page. That is backlink. So if you want to build your site authority, you want to make sure that people are mentioning, okay, look at this one now. This is the page, right? Best mouse of 2018. So they link to this one. See, it's directing to sending the visitors to creativeblog.com. So when Google bots check this page and they are reading this page, they see this thing. Now they know this site is this page is talking about this site, is giving reference to this site, as this site has a quality article on best mouse of 2018. So for you to increase your page authority, you have to get enough links pointing to your domain. That is the concept behind off-page SEO. So basically what we are talking about is how do you get this authority, this site authority? You get it from backlinks. Then if you get site authority from backlinks, how do you get backlinks to your page? That is this basic concepts of what I'll be explaining in this episode. So let me talk about the black hat. Remember I said off-page SEO is divided to three. We have black hat SEO, white hat SEO, and gray hat SEO. So the first one I'll talk about is black hat SEO. Now this is out of fashion because Google algorithm has grown so big over the last couple of years. They have mastered it, so now there is no room for black hat per se anymore. It's just important that I tell you, because most of the time when competitor want to do something bad to your site, there are a lot of competition in this business. There are times that you have a competitor that is wicked, that will just be sending bad links to your page. So it's important that you understand how black hat works. So how it works is that they will go and hack you. There are a lot of people online that can do this. They will hack authority sites that are popular, right? They will hack authority sites and put your link on it, such that the owner of the site will not even know that your link is there. It's like going behind the person's back to link to that person's page. Now, what black hat SEO does is they will send thousands of links to a particular page at the same time, because they don't have control over where the link is or where the link is placed. Most of the time when these Russian hackers are working on it, they end up posting your link to thousands of pages. So it gives you in a day you can get like 2,000 links pointing to your own page. This is very, very bad. It's very suspicious to Google. So at the end of the day, you might get your site penalized. So I don't recommend black hat SEO. It is out of fashion and nobody should do it because it is old and does not work anymore. If it works, it's just for like 1 or 2 days. Google will catch up on you and ban your site forever. That is begin to back to square one. So I just mentioned this so that you know that something like that exists. Now let's go to white hat SEO. Now the reason why they call it white hat SEO is because it is not crazy, like it is a fair game, right? Like you are not doing something bad, you are following the right path to get backlinks to your page. So there are two major approaches to white hat SEO. We have blog commenting and guest posting. Now what I recommend for my students is this: once you are done setting up your site, you've installed WordPress and done all of that, you've posted your articles, this blog commenting should start almost immediately after you are done posting all your articles, right? You should endeavor to do at least 5 comments back to your site every day for the first 2 months. So this will give you the foundational link that you need to get started. So what I'll do now is show you how to go about finding blogs to comment on, and I will comment on one of them so that you will see what I'm talking about. So because I've been using cookware example since the beginning of this course, I will still use cookware example now so that you understand how it works. The first thing you want to do is go to Google. Remember I told you google.com is important. Don't use google.com.ng. So come to google.com. Then you want to type in, let's say you are writing about cookware now. So I'll use kitchen. You want to use something that is much more broad. Don't be too specific now. So you type in quotes, see, double quotes, kitchen, because my blog is about niche wear, right? My niche is about kitchen, quotes, space, quotes again, comments, love, end of quotes. Then you search. Now let me tell you something about this comment love. Comment love is a software that people install on their WordPress sites, such that when you comment on that page, it gives a link back to your own page. So basically, when you are using comment love, you are achieving when you comment on a blog that has comments love, you are achieving 2 things at the same time. The first thing is that you are commenting, you are gaining popularity with the owner of the blog, which is very, very good for guest posting, because over time, after you must have commented on the person's page for, like, let's say a month, you can always you start developing relationship with the owner of the site. So the person will notice you over time, and you can always reach out to the person and say, hey, what's up, please, I have a post idea for your site. Can I submit the post so that your readers will learn from it? So that is how white hat works. It's like begging and giving them content to link to your site. That is how it works basically. So yes, you come to Google, you type in kitchen and kitchen quotes, then comment love, then you search. Now before you continue, I want to show you something very, very important so that you will be able to sort through the important pages and the ones that are not important. The first thing you want to do is this: you come to tools. Now this thing will come up. You want to show results that are much more recent. So let's go for something within the past 1 month. So this thing will show results of articles that were indexed in like a month ago, 30 days ago. So they are fresh articles. They are not old articles where the owner of the site would have even forgotten that the article was written. So you come to tools, you select past month, right? That is it. Now once you are done with that, you come to settings again, because you don't want to be scrolling through page 1. See, there are a lot of results, right? You're not scrolling from page 1, page 2, page 3. So usually what I do is I expand this page so that at least to show 100 results at a go. So you come to settings, click on search settings, right? And you shift this from 10 to 100. Then you come here and you click save. So what this does is that the results on your search engine results page increases to 100. See, now it's not just 10, it's 100. See, a whole lot of them. So you don't have to be scrolling from page 1 to page 2 to page 3. You can just maintain this single page and open each of them in a new tab. So let's say you're ready to comment now. You open in a new tab, right? Yeah, it's loading up now, one site after the other. So what to do is, how to create a sustainable kitchen. You read about it, you just skim through the article. But obviously the article is talking about how to create a sustainable kitchen. It said you should reduce food waste, use the whole plant, blah 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 blah. You just take your time. Let's say like just skim through the article and read what people are also saying in the comments. See, this is a great post. Love to see follow-up post on environmental friendly blah blah blah. Just say, once you are done reading and you have an idea of what the post is all about, you can always call me here. So this is the effect of comments blog, by the way. Comments blog, this is the benefit of comment blog. Comments love rather, it will extract a post from your own site and give you a backlink on their site in the comment section, although it is a no follow link. I'll explain the difference between a no follow link and do follow link in the subsequent part of the video. So once you are done and you have an idea of what the stuff is all about, you just come here and say, oh, thank you for this wonderful post, thank you for this wonderful post. I believe creating a sustainable kitchen will go a long way in blah 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 blah. You write something reasonable, not something generic. Write something reasonable, about 3 or 4 lines, right? Something that would show that you actually read the post and that you're interested in the topic. 3 or 4 lines, then you put in your name. Now, the other day I was saying something about persona. Persona is important in creating relationship. If you're a guy and your site is about kitchen stuff, and it would be very very awkward for the owner of the site to resonate with your concept. So let me say Raquel, happen to be a girl, just for example. Now Raquel, you put your email address now, blah 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 at gmail.com. Now you put your website here inside this website box. So let's say elaborateman.com. I'm just using for example anyway. So now elaborateman.com, once you click here, once you enter your site, this thing will load and show up the last post that you made on your site. See, the last post that we made on elaborateman.com is best depth finder for shallow lakes. So if I should post this comment now, Pam, and the owner of this page should approve, that best depth for shallow lake will show up here whenever the comment is approved. That is how it works. So once you write in your comments, you send posts. Now most of the time it will not show up instantly. Now that is how to make a comment on people's blog. So what I want to do is this. I want to show you how this whole thing works. You cannot just make, I told you to make at least 5 comments in a day. And the beauty of making comments on blog is that you can establish, number one, so that you can get free backlinks. This is an example of free backlink. Look here, right? See, this is an example of free backlink. If you click on this site, it will load the person's page. If you click on this one, it will load the last article that they wrote. So one of the 2 benefits for commenting is, number one, so you can get free backlinks. Number 2 is so you can establish a relationship with the owner of the site, right? If you keep coming back and posting comment for like a month, the person will start noticing you. They will visit your blog, and from there you can always reach out to them and ask them that you want to publish a guest post on their site. I'll talk about the guest post much later. So obviously you cannot just comment and close this page, because you will not be able to come back here and keep that relationship. So what you want to do is create a Google Doc for Google Doc. Let me show you now. Just try Google, create a Google Doc sheet for all the sites that you've been checking out, and keep a track of when you are making comments on them, right? This is how to create Google Sheets. For those that don't know, just search google.com/sheets, go to Google Sheets. If you are logged onto your Gmail account, this should come up automatically. So what you want to do is create a new spreadsheet, right? This is where the job is, keeping a track of the comments that you are making, so that, yes, so you can name your sheet. Oh, my network is bad tonight. Yes, you can name your sheet, let's say elaborate man commenting, just for anything. Now you come here, you write the name of the blog, or no, just write the URL, and now you expand the URL because it's always very long. You expand it very well. Then you write date, right? This is the date in which you posted your first comment. So what you want to do is this. You come here. This is the page you are talking about, right? So you come here, you copy, and you paste here. After you must have submitted your comments, you paste. Then you take note. Today is November 3, right? So you take note to write date November 3. November 3. After you must have submitted the comments. Yes. So you close this page. You come here. You come to the second page. Remember, we've done this before. So you come to the second page. You open it in new tab. You let it load. You can open like 5 tabs at the same time if you are somebody that is good with multitasking. So you let it come up. Then you scroll down again. New kitchen lighting ORC week 2. So you read up the article and see what is the whole thing is all about. Blah 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 blah. You follow up on it. Then you give a reasonable comment too. I think blah 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 blah. Very good blah 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 blah. You write, just put an insightful comment on the page. Then you come here, you enter your name, right? Maybe your pseudonym or anything. Then you enter your site as well. Elaborate man. Once you enter your site, you click on this box or any other box. Once you click on that one, it will start loading. See, it will start loading here. So if you enter your URL, you click on the former box so that it will start loading. You give it a see. This one is showing a list of the articles that I've written for a list of the, I think, top 10 articles. Then you select the ones that you want. Some of them will show you just the last article. Some of them will show you the last 10. Then you select the ones that you want to send, you want to show up. It might be best fishing glasses in 2018. Then you post your comment, right? Then you post your comments. You do the same. Once you post the comments, you copy, you come here and post and write November 3. Now, after some days, you come back to this spreadsheet and check to see if the person has approved it. So if it has been approved, then you find their latest post again. So let's assume that this one has been approved. I came back and I discovered that my comment has been approved. Then you go back to their home page, this place. You'll find their latest posts. Obviously, this site is about kitchen and all of that. So kitchen, just general family lifestyle. See, their latest post aside from that one is kitchen, I think kitchen island makeover, right? So you click on it again. You click on their latest article. You repeat the same thing. Sorry about that. You repeat the same thing. You read, you drop a nice comment. You drop a nice comment. You drop a nice comment on their page. Follow the same procedure. Enter your name. Enter your name, your email, your website, yes, and all of that. You post the comment, right? Once you post the comment, you copy the URL here, right? Copy the URL, replace it with the former one, then change the date to the new one that you just posted. Probably you made the comment tomorrow, you change the date. Now you can create another place, another tab, and say number of comments and target. Once you have, like, let's say 10 comments on 10 different blogs, like 10 comments on a single blog, you just be increasing the number. Now that we've changed it, we change it to like 2. The next one that you do, you change it to like 3. The next one you change it to 4. So your target is, once you have 10 comments on your page, you stop. On a particular domain, you stop for that domain. Then you continue with, you do this for, I told you, at least you can target like 5 comments in a day. That means 5 new sites every single day for the first 1 month. It is very, very good to establish solid foundation for your site. It is a must that everybody must do it, please. So once you are done, that is how you go about blog commenting, right? So now I'll talk about guest posting now. This is directly related to blog commenting. The reason why we are creating this spreadsheet is because of guest posting, right? So that I can keep a track of the blogs that I am making comments on, those that you are establishing initial relationship with. So after you must have made 10 comments in the space of, let's say, 1 month or 1.5 months or thereabouts, now you will reach out to the name of the blog. Say, for instance, this site that we are on now, you reach out to the name of the blog. You can either, check their contact us page. Then you send them a message through contact us page. You put in your name, the name that you are using to comment on the site, and the subject line. You might not even, the first email might not be about asking for opportunity to guest post on their site. The first email might just be you telling them that you appreciate what they are doing, like you appreciate their latest. Just say something to create familiarity. You can say thank you for your posts on Kinikon, probably you can say thank you for your posts on their previous article, right? Like thank you for your post, probably their last article is about cleaning your making your kitchen less clumsy. You can say thank you for your post, thank you for your recent post. For like you try and form familiarity, like you've always had issue with keeping your clean tidy, but this post has been very helpful. You just want to say thank you, you submit it, right? That is your first email to them. Now the idea there is this: to establish a relationship such that Okay, so the idea there is to establish a relationship such that when you choose to ask them for a guest post, they would not they will agree to publish your post on their site. So basically, that is the concept behind establishing a relationship by commenting over a space of 1 month and reaching out to them. You comment on their blog for 1 month, you reach out to them, then after which the first message that you send to them should be about what they've been doing for their site. Then after like a week or two of doing that, or if they reply after a week or two, you shoot them with the question of submitting a guest post on their site. Now the truth is this: most of the time they would not reply. Okay, most of the time most of them will not reply, but a few of them will reply. So that is why I said make sure that you check, like for every day, that you check for at least 5 different domains. That way you have a long list of sites to reach out to. So in the end you might have like in the end, if you have like, let's say like 200 sites or 300 sites, if you have like 300 or 400 sites, let's say 1% of them will convert. So that way you get guest post opportunity of let's say 1%. That's like 20. No, that's like 2. Yeah. So the higher the number of that's small. The higher the number of sites that you comment on, the higher chances of getting a backlink from one of those sites. Anyway, so what you want to do is make sure that you comment on as many sites as possible and follow up. Now there are instances where the owner of the site would not approve your comment. So what you want to do is, the reason why we are putting dates here is so that if the comment is older than 2 weeks and it has not been approved, you can always remove the site from your list. Yes, you can always come here and say, okay, fine, you posted on November 4 and now it's December 3, they've not approved it. So you come here, you delete it, because obviously the person is not interested in what you've written for their site, right? So that will help you to filter the list. If a person cannot approve your comments, there are no chances that he or she would approve you to guest post on their site. So basically that is how blog commenting and guest posting work. So for some of you might be wondering, okay, I keep saying guest posting. Now the idea behind guest posting is that when you're on the site, let's assume you've been commenting on this particular site for a very long time, and now you're on the site to how do I put it now? Yeah, you're on the site and you've been able to establish a relationship with the owner of the site. The way guest posting works is that you look at this site and see what they are writing about. Obviously this site is about kitchen and keeping your home tidy and all of that. So you want to write an article, you might give them suggestions that you want to write about keeping your kitchen tidy, for example, because you think it will be it is what their audience can relate to. So you write the article. Each of the sites usually have a guideline for doing all of that. So you write the article about keeping your kitchen clean, you follow the format or the instruction that they will give you, and then you submit it to them. After you must have contacted them and have a discuss about it, submit it to them. In that your article, you can always link to your own site in a way that probably you have a resource on your site, some of your information article, you can always link to your information article from that your site, right? Probably one of your articles about keeping the kitchen clean, you have an article about best wall shelf for kitchen or something like that. You might just mention in the guest post that one of the best way to keep your kitchen tidy is by getting a wall shelf. So you can just mention your site, like check this article for suggestion on best wall chef for kitchens, stuff like that. So that is like the basic idea behind guest post. It's like writing an article for another site, but within that article you are linking to your own site along the line. That is the basic concept. And don't forget the fact that I said there are two types of links, right? There are follow link and there are do follow link and no follow link. Now, the idea behind a typical site is this. Let me show you an example of a no follow link. Most of the time, okay, yeah. See, I have a software installed on my browser. I think it is do follow link. Yes, no follow. That is the name of the extension that is on my browser. What it does is, because I'm always checking out for sites that will give me a linking opportunity, do follow link are so much better. They show let me give you the distinction between do follow link and no follow link. Now, no follow link, although the site is linking to your site, it is okay, this is an example of no follow link because it has this box around it. Yeah, I'm saying this because I have the software installed on my site. The name of the software is called no follow Google Chrome extension. You can just check it on Google to install it if you are interested. So what no follow link means is that even though this site, even though I'm linking to this site, I'm not telling Google that I trust the content on the page. Like, it's just there. I'm not telling them that I trust the content on the page. So there's something called link juice. When you are getting a no follow backlinks to your page, it is not passing link juice. The power on that domain is not going to affect your domain positively like that, right? The effect is very, very minimal. So the best thing you want to go for is a do follow link. What do follow link means is complete approval. Like, fine, as important as my site is, I'm telling you that this site is much more important on the topic that I'm linking to, right? So that is the concept behind a do follow link. So most of the time, a guest post will get you a do follow link. Commenting will get you a no follow link. Look at these ones now. They've commented on this page and what they get is no follow link. Now, it is important to create a balance between do follow link and no follow link. That is why I said the first 1 month should be spent on commenting on blogs so that I can get as much no follow link as possible. It is one of the easiest link to get, so that should not be an issue. The same thing I suggested, this is what these people are doing, right? They are trying to get their link up here and create a relationship between themselves and the owner of the site. So that is the idea behind guest posting. You write articles for other people's sites and link to your site within the article. So but you cannot just tell them that, hey, I want to write for your site. You must first start with blog commenting, submit several comments on their page, and from there you can move on to the level of asking them for guest posting opportunities. There are so many resources on guest posting on the internet, right? But most of the time I keep it very, very simple, because when you if it start getting complicated, you need tools that are expensive to start searching and mining and doing all of that for sites that will accept your guest post. But keeping it simple, starting from blog commenting and guest posting, will make your life very, very easy. Probably one of these days I'll do a live session where I'll answer questions about some of these techniques and some other ones that are not covered in this course, because it is basically beyond the scope of this course. So we have aside from guest posting, there are some other methods of white hat SEO that are not covered in this course, because going into them would make the course cumbersome, right? So most of these things can be discovered on the internet, but probably I'll just have a live session where I talk about it one of these days. So yes, that is that about white hat SEO, blog commenting and guest posts. The easiest link you can get is blog commenting. So do blog commenting as if your life depends on it, because sometimes it might actually do. And the good thing is the keywords that we are targeting are very, very low competitive keywords. So you don't need much links actually to get started. Yeah. So aside from that, let's talk about grey hat. Now this is where things get very, very interesting for SEO, because grey hat is like a mixture of black hat and white hat. Now I'll take my time to explain very well. So I said it's a mixture of black hat and white hat. It's like doing the bad stuff and doing the good stuff at the same time. So in a way, you are kind of like confusing Google, because they are not sure if they should penalize you, because when they check, they see the good stuff And when they check again, they see the bad stuff. So most of the time, you end up getting away with it, although it is very, very risky. I told you the risk that comes with doing things the wrong way is that your site might get penalized at some point, right? People face Google penalty almost every day because Google is always updating their search index. So if you get caught, you might be dealt with. But that is just by the way. There's risk in anything. So what Grey Hat technique does is it makes the process of sending link to your site very, very easy as compared to White Hat. If you follow the White Hat explanation, you'll discover that it might actually take you like 2 months to get a single backlink to your page, right? Now imagine you need about 40 or 50 backlinks, right? So, and you are just starting out, to make a lot of mistake along the line, so it will take you like almost forever to get them. But Grey Hat, instead of doing all this guest posting, begging people for link, you are not doing that. You're just paying people to get links for you, right? So now the difference there is you are not paying them to get link, to hack people's sites to send link for you, right? You are paying people that own sites in that vertical to send links to you from their page. This is how it works. I want to take my time to explain this very well. So this is a method I use a lot, and the idea behind it is simple. People create sites and fake it as if it's the site is owned by a different owner, right? So if you have a site about kitchen, you might create different sites in the kitchen vertical, and from those sites you'll be sending backlink to your niche site from those sites. Now that might sound very, very stressful, but when I say create sites, I'm not talking of creating a site that is as complex as this, right? Let me show you an example of one of those sites. So the idea, it is what we call PBN, actually, private blog network. Because Google ranks sites based on the number of pages that are pointing to a particular domain, right, or page. Now the idea is to create a network of sites, let's say like 20 or 30, and link from those sites to your niche site, right? Like you're creating a network, a cluster of sites, creating a fake how do I call it now? A fake hype for yourself. Hype is fake from the get-go. So creating a fake hype for yourself, more like saying, hey, look, 30 people are mentioning me, whereas you are the one mentioning yourself. Nobody is mentioning you in the natural sense of it, right? So now the thing is, it is expensive to do all of that, right? If you are just starting out, if you have just one blog, it does not make any sense for you to create, just because of one blog, cannot create 30 other blogs and start sending links to that that blog from 30 other blogs. It's not cost effective, it is not reasonable. So most of the time you want to connect with people that have this blog network already, pay them small amount of money, and they will send backlink to your own page. Now when I say people are creating, let me show you examples. Let me show you examples of PBN. So when I say people create sites to link to them, right? Obviously, if you create a site today, it will have the same authority like the niche sites you are trying to rank. So it's kind of like how do I put it now? It is counterproductive. If you are linking from a page with domain authority 1, so another page with domain authority 1, does not make sense. So what you want to do most of the time, let me show you an example of PBN, right? So what you want to do is this. It's a little bit complicated, but I'll take my time to explain. Because Google ranks sites based on their age, how old they are, right, and the number of links pointing to them. And there are times that people will create a particular website and forget about it totally. Like they will forget to renew it even after working so hard on it. There are millions of pages of domains like that on the internet that have been neglected. So there are some people that are into that business. What they do is they find domains that used to be popular, but it's not popular anymore. They are not on the site anymore. We call them expired or dropped domain, right? So this domain, they still have the authority, but there are no sites on them. I got an expired domain very recently. I think yes, this is an expired domain. I'm using this particular domain for a client, for somebody, right? So this is this is a particular domain. Now look, the page authority, the domain authority for that domain is 16. If you are starting your site today, you start from 1. Now this site is like 16 steps ahead of you already, because this site, this particular domain that we are setting up the site on, used to be belong to an organization back then. So basically what I'm saying is, there are people that are into this business, they will search for domains that have expired, that used to have authority, that have expired. Now they will rebuild that site again, right? They will rebuild a new site on that domain with the giving Google the impression that the domain is back. The domain authority will still be there, the authority from Google will still be there, right? So this is an example of a PBN actually. So yeah, so this is an example of a PBN. This is a very simple site, right? And people link to it from yes, they link to it. From this PBN, you link to your money site. So this is a PBN. This is somebody linking to his money site from PBN. I have access to these things because the person that owns this PBN happens to be my very good friend, more like a business partner actually. So people set up, buy domain like that. They buy domains like this one that I just showed you, with high domain authority. They buy a bunch of them. See, this one has domain authority of 22. Now that is giving you a boost. So they buy domains like this, set up a site on them, and they start linking to money site from it. Look at this one, and let me show you what is the average weight loss on Nutrisystem per week. This person is trying to promote Nutrisystem. If you open it, you end up on one. Okay, now this is it. This is what the person is trying to promote. You end up on, see, this is what I call this one. This is the site that the person is trying to promote, right? See. Now, what you should take notice, this site is even registered on an expired domain, see, alabamareading.org. You cannot start a new site and give it this domain name. It's very ugly. But because of the backlink details that is there, you can get away with anything because you are looking for a stronger domain. So long story short, they set up sites like this. We call them PBN, private blog network, and they link to your site. Now, PBN is used in faking popularity, like, oh, people are linking to my site, people are linking to it, whereas nobody's linking to it. You are the one linking to yourself, or your friends are the one linking to you because you've paid them to do the linking for you. So that is the idea behind PBN and grey hat. So you are not hacking people's sites. You're actually paying people to send backlinks to your site. So that is the basic concept behind PBN. What you want to do, in another episode, I'll talk about how you can reach out to these guys and how they can help you in sending. If you pay them, right? How they can help you in sending backlinks to your page. Now the truth is this: you cannot just start a site and start with PBN. The truth is you cannot just start a site and start sending backlinks from PBN. No, you must first establish some foundational link. Like I said, this blog commenting, either you're using white hat, gray hat, or black hat, the blog commenting is very, very important. It must after you've done like several blog commenting for a month or a month and a half, then you can start thinking of guest posting or private blog network. So the difference between guest posting and private blog network is, for guest posting, it takes time to establish relationship. For private blog network, you just reach out to those that have a PBN site and say, hey guy, I'll pay you like $30 for you to send backlink to my site, to my particular page, stuff like that. So that is the basic concept behind grey hat. Nothing complicated. You are not hacking, you are not doing anything. You are paying people to send links to your page from their own fake popular website. So that is the summary. And the last thing I want to talk about is social signal and press release. Now, this is something that used to be very, very popular in 2016, 2017. Once you have a page, what social signal means is you fake that your page is popular, right? You fake share and Facebook share, Facebook like on a particular page. The idea behind it is that people will start seeing, Google will start seeing your page as a page that has gone viral. So, but these days, it's not that important anymore because you can actually fake the entire thing. I think they know already. So, it's not working like that anymore. And the same thing with press release. So, I'm just mentioning so that
when you hear it some other time, it will not sound so strange to you. You will not be wondering why I have not mentioned it in this part of the course. So social signal and press release, they are not as important as they used to be. But the idea is just to fake like and shares to your page, so it will seem as if you've gone viral. I don't recommend it because it's a waste of time and money. Yeah. So that is that about off-page SEO. I know it might seem that I'm a little bit fast with these things, but what I've figured over time is no matter the amount of time I spend explaining these things, most of what you gain in the long run, they are most of what you will remember in the long run are what you take time to research and discover on your own, right? The idea is is just for someone to tell you this is what to look for, this is what to look for. So there are so many resources on private blog network on the internet. Because you are building just a single site now, I will not advise you to spend your money building a PBN, right? It does not make sense. It's a waste of money. So in fact, as a matter of fact, I would not even suggest grey art from the get-go. I would suggest that you focus on white art. Then after some time, after you've mastered how it works, then we'll talk about private blog network and going into grey hat. So in the next video, I'll talk about anchor text. I'll talk about linking. Now we'll talk about linking to your site. You don't just link. There are ways to link to make sure that the link is effective. So I'll talk about anchor text and internal linking as well. So see you in the next video.